Here we go. 5 minutes left before the closing bell rings. Markets in the green. The S&P and the NASDAQ are on track to close out their best day since February 6th. Not bad. We are also minutes away from Broadcom earnings. This is a custom chip maker. Analysts are looking for a strong top-line beat driven by demand for AI infrastructure. The street is also expecting $19.2 billion in revenue, with sales of AI chips expected to double to more than $8 billion. Folks, the demand is still there. Let's get to our countdown closer, because while he's not yet ready to buy, he is eyeing a certain chip-adjacent stock. Joining me now, SWBC CIO Chris Brigati. He manages $1 billion. All right, what is the name that you really like here?
ASML Holdings. Really good play, interesting play in the space, because they develop the system that produces the EUV lithography that is necessary for making the super high-end chips that are required nowadays.
Yeah, their products are very expensive.
They are, but they are the only one in the space. Talk about having market share. They are literally 100% market share.
What are you waiting for to buy this? I see the forward PE is 41. That's a little rich. What are you waiting for?
It's a little bit rich. You know, prices come down significantly. They've kind of, been part of the AI situation, AI struggles that we've seen of late. So I'm looking for really a better price entry point. Maybe a little lower PE would be nice, but I just want to do a little more digging on this one.
Okay, on that one. There's so much action. Not only is Broadcom reporting, but there's been a surge in volume in Micron. This, of course, is one of the memory chip makers. There's a shortage of memory chips here. You've been watching the options market swirling around and really gyrating these stocks.
That's been a very common theme, especially in some of these tech plays, that the options market has really been swinging them a little bit wider and more volatile than you would normally expect. So that could be the play right now.
Okay, let's expand the conversation outside of chips. The airlines pulled away and fell at the start of the Iran war and the situation going on in the Middle East. What do you like here in that space?
I like United Airlines, and the real reason is severalfold. First of all, they don't have a ton of exposure to the Middle East. So from a geography standpoint, that's not a huge concern. They've been a good company with regard to some of the things they're doing with JetBlue, so that's another benefit. And ultimately, you kind of throw the baby out with the bathwater sometimes when these things happen affecting the oil prices, which definitively hammers the airline stocks. And so when you have oil prices declining, airline stocks getting hit, you buy on weakness. That's an opportunity.
Avenue Capital's Mark Lazary just was on the show yesterday. Here's a guy who, during the pandemic, when airlines were totally grounded, really was able to capitalize on that. He said, just when you think that they're never coming back, of course they will. So it's down 10% year to date. You like that one. Let's just quickly talk about what you see for oil, because that is a huge story right now. Is there an energy play that you like?
I think there are a couple energy plays in here. Shell is a really interesting company in the space. They're very well diversified across the entire ecosphere of energy. They don't have a ton of concentration in the Middle East as well, so I think that can benefit from some of the opportunity in oil, because I think oil could peak above $100 a barrel here.
What would drive it there if this is an extended situation in the Middle East?
Extended, if we possibly reach or exceed Trump's suggested 5-week period?
Well, today, the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, said it's 8 weeks now.
There you go. So we're pushing that longer. The longer there's uncertainty, the longer there's a concern, the worse things get in the Strait of Hormuz, the more interesting this could get for oil prices, and we could see a spike and peak above 100.
Yeah, and gasoline, there's always that. People are watching the price at the pump. Is there any name in consumer world that you keep an eye on or that you own right now that's been a winner for you?
You know, it's tough in the consumer space to find one particular winner. I don't have anything I'm really thoughtful of in that space at the moment. Well,
we got a rally here, folks, and you expect that we will continue to see very volatile activity?
Extreme volatility in overall in the equity space, and I think that spells opportunity.
Well, I like that thinking. Good to see you, Chris.
Likewise, thanks.
Thank you for joining us. All right.